go. Alright, this is the video for Team Asparagus. I'm going to be the first person going up. My name is Jacob Roberts, and once you start my level, you'll see it's kind of open area, and you'll see an overpass here, kind of indicating that it's an interstate type deal. And as you keep walking along, you'll notice this big building and an objective pop up saying find a way to lower the roadblock. As you get closer to the building, you'll see a big light shining on a couple of mysterious objects. And once you get a little bit closer, you'll notice that they kind of look like fuses. And then you get a checkpoint and see that there's a couple of slots that are just the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these fuses into this box here. And once you get both of those in there, there should be a door that opens, and it did good. Once we're inside, you'll see a couple turned over tables and stuff like that, and some boxes, and then on the main desk you'll find a fuse. So you want to pick that up and take that with you as you go into this first floor. Halfway through here though, you'll see that there is a automated turret setup, so you want to try to sneak your way past here without being shot. Once you make it past that turret though, you can shove this fuse into the fuse box and start looking for the second one. A little bit of a highlight over here, so I'll check. And there it is. So we're going to take this back and put the second one in. And once that's in, the elevator should open, and you'll get an interaction that says open, or press E to interact, and you'll go to the second floor. Once you're on the second floor, you'll see it's a kind of open area, and you'll see something shining over here on top of these boxes, so you'll want to climb on top and check it out. Once you're on top, you'll see that's another fuse. You want to take that, carefully go down so you don't drop it, and walk it over to this fuse box here. And there's one right in front of it as well. So throw that in. Walk inside this door here, notice a couple of computers, and you'll get a new objective saying find the key code. If you try to interact with the computer, it says it's missing a key code, go and find it. Peek through here, you'll see there's an open area, kind of a separated room with another turret. And if you turn around real quick, you'll see that there's another turret trying to get you. So you want to try to navigate through here and jump up on the boxes where it can't hit you. Notice that there's another fuse. You want to take that and find another fuse box. Once you get past that, you can see that there's a fuse box on the other side on the last room. Take this fuse and we'll throw it right inside here. So let's go explore this last room, since this is pretty suspicious. We'll crouch under here. See that there's another lighted up object. Try to avoid the turret the best you can. Jump on top of these big old boxes and grab this last fuse. I think I found it. Oh, there it is. Pick this up and go back where we were. Crouch back under and walk it all the way over to this last fuse box. Throw it in there. Let's see what's inside of here. You'll notice a lighted up object, and then you can jump up on the table and see that the key code inventory is lit up and the objective is complete, which means you can come back over here to the computer and hopefully activate it. Once you're inside, you can press E on the computer here, and you should see a cutscene leading outside to the roadblocks, and you get to see the roadblocks lower, indicating that the roadblock is lowered and you can progress. So if you were paying attention, you could see on the end of the second floor, you saw it opening to a balcony. So if you walk out on the balcony, you can see some items, and then a little bit of a drop off on a ledge. So you can jump off here, start making your way through the road, and eventually getting through the roadblock. Now eventually I went to get a cutscene with this truck here, so that way it looks like the player's driving off after lowering the roadblock, but for now we're going to walk. So now I'm going to hand it over to the next person in line.
Alright, so here's my level. I'm Dominic DeHelian, and you can see the Scrapper drives the truck all the way over here to come up on this research lab. There's a nice little water fountain and some silos around. And when you walk in, you can see there's a lobby with some nice chairs, and the door on the right, and the door on the left. So if the player comes to the left, they'll see a room full of a bunch of different turrets, and They're told by the scrapper themselves to probably look for a different way or some way to deal with the turrets. If you come to the door on the right, it tells you new objective, find a way through the door. So let's look back here. If you walk up to this box, it tells you maybe I can throw this at the door. Well, that's a pretty simple solution. Let's try that. So you throw that at the door. Oh, you try throwing it again because it didn't quite hit, and there it goes, right off the hinges. Run down all the way over here, and another turret. Oh no. Well, at least these boxes are here. Let's just walk slowly over to this, because it looks like I can shut the power off over here. So now that the power's off, there's these little drawers with little goodies in them. You can grab those. There's a couple of them in the level. I've been skipping a few. And then you run back through here. The whole place is blown up or getting destroyed because the power was the only thing holding it together. There's some electrified water that you gotta avoid. It's a couple boxes that are on fire. If you stand in these sparks, you start taking damage. And then you come in this big room, and at one point you're supposed to be able to collect research data over here. I haven't integrated that quite yet. You gotta see that door over there and figure out, oh yeah, doors, I can throw things over there. So you grab this box, pick it up, bring it over to the door, slowly but surely, and hit the door with it. You can knock the door right down. Now, I'm running pretty low on health, so this glass box right here has just what I need. If this box I'm holding wants to cooperate, I can throw it at the glass, break it down, and then climb up and grab that med kit. Now there's two paths. I can take either the path on the right, which will lead to this breakable wall that's on fire, or I can take the path on the left, which will lead to a backup power room. Now when you turn on the power, these turrets will also activate. So you have to take these boxes and block off the turret to make sure that the player won't get shot at while you activate the power, so you can get into this room here. So you come over here, turn on the power, turrets start scanning for you, you run over to the door, and you get on out. Now the whole room is on fire, everything's going down, drawers are busted, but you try making your way out. If the player needs more health, they can grab another medkit there, and then you find a lot more doors that, just like the other ones, you can throw things at and break off. Well, I can't hide in there. Can I hide over here? Let's see. Not in that one. What about this one? Yeah, I can get in that one. So, at this point, it's supposed to throw us in a cutscene animation where the refrigerator is flying out of the lab and it blasts you into the next level. But, unfortunately, I haven't set that up yet, so here we are, and I'm going to pass you off to the next person.
Alright, so now it comes to my level. This is Huawei Han with my level introducing the background story of our levels and scenes. So following the instruction and the messages, player will first go into the one that looks most likely like a door. It is a door, however it is broken, so the player has to find the correct way out to enter the room following the message instructions. One will be guide all the way to the left side. There will be a gap over here which is blocking the player's way over here. So one needs to think of what can be used to get over this gap of the pond. So the first thing that will come into our mind will be the boxes that we have seen at the beginning of the level. So let's grab the box and to make it as a stepping stone that can be used to jump over the gap. And it will be easier to jump from the middle of the gap to step on. And after the player has jumped over the gap, there will be two lights that are shining over here, one with a yellow color, another one with a weak green color. So player wants to follow the instruction of the message volume and drag the unique box out of the fence and then put it onto the green light part to make the trigger happen. Once the trigger is applied, the player will see a cutscene that is going to be later that shows up a monument that rises up on the right side of the building. So on the right side, we need to repeat the same process. Make the cubes that stacks up, and before we enter the building, we need to use something to crack the glass out. And repeat the same step again. And increase the drag of the objects that can handle with the gravity. Alright, so we just need one more level of it. Alright, so we can then jump into the building from the broken glass place, and there will be several rooms that have things hidden inside of it. But the only room that has door open will be the one at the middle. So as the player walks into it, either go to the left side or the right side, the message will pop up instructing the player to go to search for the objects that are hidden into the other room. So the only room that can be opened while pressing E to interact with the handle will be the one on the left side. And we can see there will be something placed on the shelf that is suspicious. So if we try to drag them with the grab wheel, we can pull it out. And this will be used to trigger the handle, which is used to open the door of the second room. And another thing that's going to be placed on the shelf will be the box, which may have the same function that we used in the previous one. So after we drag that up and go to the last one, and then we use the box to interact with the handle over here. The door of the last room opens, and as we run into the last room, you can get the last cube out of the shelf, and then following the instruction that we received from the previous room down the corridor, it will be the key to open the control panel, which is right next to the statue. So right now let's drag the key back to where we have been to once, and this little key will be used to trigger the cutscene of the monument. So the statue actually moves out, and the exit way appears out. And as we take it to the end, it will lead the character to the end of my level. And as we walk through, I will right now hand it off to the next guy.
Hello, my name is Michael DeBerry, and this will be my level. Alright, and we'll be heading to the factory, where we have here the block doorway, so we can use the explosive barrels to destroy it. Now we have, now that we've entered into the factory, we have some debris that are in the way. So let me just investigate and find a way to destroy them. There seems to be nothing here. This door doesn't seem to be working, so it seems to be missing a key code. So let's see. Oh, there's a key code right here. All right. Alright, so it should open right now. Alright, so now I should be able to destroy the barrels. Alright, so now I should be able to get inside the generator room. Alright, so now let's see what else I need to. And there seems to be a door right there. Let's see if I can open it. It seems it needs a part for it. Let's see. I found the part. It's on top of the generator room. So I'm gonna stack these boxes right here. Boxes. Stack these right here. Alright, now that I got the circuit part, let's head back to the circuit breaker. Now this should open. Now let's head inside the basement. Alright, and so we have to get these turrets out the way. And use a shield just to. Alright, now that we got the floppy disk for the computer, we can destroy these turrets using the barrels that are inside there. Line down, good go. Alright, one more to go. Alright, let's see if they get destroyed. Yep, alright, now it's time to head out to the water room. Alright, here. Okay. Jump on these moving platforms. Just get on. All right. Now we have to get this special device up on top of there. Head on top of the ladder. You have to break this glass. Alright, now that we got this device, we should head out. But it needs a key code, so let's find something that's out of place in this room. That wall seems out of place. Let's destroy it. There's some treasure, and the code is 0420. Okay. 0420. It doesn't seem to be working for some reason. So it looks something's wrong with my door, so I'm gonna have to go to God mode. So this ends my level right here. I'm gonna pass this to the next person.
Hi, come to my level I'm renting now. First we need to cross the bridge. Okay, there's some box here, so we can use the pieces to open. We went to a room, so get the resources. Just through the way. So we went to a path. There is a laser, so be careful. Just this. The result from this room. Through the window. Here's a gap and we cannot jump in there, so use this as bridge. This is a room. There's a door, but we need to find a key, so research this way. There are also some resources in the corner. When we heard the sound, it means the doors is open. We went into a laser room, so you can use the box to protect yourself, or just to jump across the laser line. There is a door still blocked out, so when to this room to find the key. Just be careful, there are also a laser here, so press E to enter. There is a fire area, so we use the tank form as a brake. There's no resources found here. We noticed there's a button, so just can push. So we can cross the gap here. This is too high, we cannot jump over here, so we're gonna use the box. The water is will close your pipe value, so we need to use the box to punch the red areas. Just gonna pass like this one. There we go. I will fix the position of the platform and will make it more visible. Okay. I have some problem here and I will fix later. So I'm gonna use gun mode to put in the next area. And
Dave Carty here. This is my walkthrough of my area of our scraps level. So I make the transition over to my level in just a moment. First we come upon a nice little campsite here, and there's collectibles the player could get should they choose to do so. Right here they need to find a way to get on board this vessel. There's no gangplank for it, so they will have to move this trash can in place and then use that to get aboard the ship. On board the ship they can look for more collectibles, or they can go to their main objective at the captain's wheel and press E for transport. Once safely ashore on the volcanic island, they will find a burning field that is blocking their path, and as the player, they can use the gravinal to move these liquid nitrogen containers in order to try to break the dam. And let's keep that moving. There we go. So by hitting the dam wall with 3 liquid nitrogen containers, it will freeze it enough to cause it to crack, give way, and put out the burning field with the water behind the dam wall. In the next area, there will be more collectibles they could get should they choose to do so, or they can use their crafting ingredient to make a bubble appear out of this lava pool. It will give them transport up to this nearby building. And I missed my jump. I'm going to do it one more time. Alright, third time's the charm. Not jumping. One of the things that obviously needs to be tweaked on this level is the bubbles need to be adjusted. I already moved the rooftop closer to the bubble, but the new avatar seems to be having some trouble jumping off of the bubble onto the roof. Alright, success. Thank you for bearing with me. Now we jump over to the next rooftop. quickly slide some planks into place in order to get across this burning building. The player would have received a notification to try to reach the towers that are up in the distance. By using this broken wall as a makeshift staircase, they should be able to get up to the proper elevation with the towers. Once here, they can use the grapnel once again to slide some more planks into place, and then easily walk over toward the towers. There's many collectibles they could collect along the way, but we're going to stick to the main objectives. As the player, once I reach the towers, I'm prompted to use the liquid nitrogen containers to freeze the base of the tower, which has a great deal of its mass burnt away. And by freezing the rest of the base, it may potentially give way so that we can use these towers as a natural land bridge to the next building over. That's one more to go. There we go. Get our natural land bridges in place. Once we enter the next building, we will find that it is on fire with many gas leaks and flames coming out of the pipes that we need to avoid. There's some collectibles we could get by the stove by using these nitrogen containers to put out the flames. But we're going to go on to our main objective and snap these pipes into place. That will bring the flame from this pipe down into a gas pocket here by this wall, which will hopefully blow out that wall so we can get access to the next level. 2 down, 3 to go, or 1 to go. Little trick here is you can just actually slide this pipe. You don't really need to pick it up. You can just snap it into place. Wall blows out. There's collectibles you can get once you're down here. Once here, as the player, we're prompted to free the oil tank up on the ramp over in the distance, because the glass doors down at the base of that wall are locked tight, and the player cannot get through them without freeing the oil tank up here. So that by sliding this block into place, the player should be able to jump up onto this platform and remove the debris blocking the oil tank. We'll then roll down the platform, break out the glass on the door, and free the player from the burning building. Once outside the burning building, we reach another bubble that, as we could tell from the first bubble, needs a bit of adjustment still. This one, I guarantee you, also does. It looks like we made it up to the rooftop safely. Put this crate in place, get up on top of the greenhouse. Once on top of the greenhouse, there's an old satellite that's rusted out. The player can use the grapnel to bring down and then get the collectible from inside should they choose. We're going to head up to the main objective where the player would have been prompted to go. And once here, the player will be prompted to slide these solar panels into place in order to power this building that is up here that the player needs to enter. This building is a secret facility that was built by the DAS where they were doing some electromagnetic experimentations, and the player will be able to finish their experimentation for them by firing up the generator one last time. And this panel does not want to snap in place. There we go. Move over to the next one. 2 to go. Alright, we almost got power to the building. Got 2 solar panels left to snap into place. These will, of course, will have a bit of a glowing effect when they snap into place that I need to add, as well as an electric sound, the sweet hum of power going forward the building. Once they're all in place, we can go to this door here, and the player will be able to entrance into the secret facility. Once inside, it says anything glowing red needs cooled off with liquid nitrogen. These collectibles will lead the player in this path, and they will see that the power control in the corner, it has a flashing red light above it, and they will know that they need to get a liquid nitrogen tank from over here. As soon as our avatar quits surfing here, let's take him back down for a minute and see that. Excellent. And that is stuck in type mode. Seriously? Alright. Admittedly, we used God mode just now because we have to. I'm going to back out. Player does not usually search there. That was a new one on me that obviously needs to be fixed. Alright. I'm not going to go that way this time. I'll let the lava kill us. Third time's the charm. What does it say? If at first you don't succeed, give it another shot. Okay, we still haven't put out those flashing lights, so we need to go this way. Alright, we got up there safely this time. Okay, we hit the power station with 1, 2, and 3. The blinking light went out. Now it looks like the player can head up this way. There's another collectible. And as they step out onto this ramp, the mainframe computer starts flashing red because it is overheated. So the player will know they need to use more liquid nitrogen to cool off the mainframe computer. Alright, and it went off. So now we head on toward the other side of the building. Now the electromagnetic generator is flashing. The player will know they need to cool that down with several liquid nitrogen containers, and there just happens to be a handy platform full of them right here. And the player can lift them up and hit the generator with them. And we got 4 down. 5 down. Now during this there will be a animation that will play with each part that is cooled off. The electromagnetic, the superconductors will start spinning, and there will be crystals that will be tuning that will put out an electromagnetic pulse. Once the player has put out the generator, there will be a animation that they'll play here. They'll press this button, and it will do its fabulous electromagnetic pulse that is necessary to do. The facility should be falling apart at that time. The volcano should be getting quite upset with them, and they can come out to the end of the plank, use their final crafting ingredient, and jump on a bubble to ride off to safety away from the volcano. That's all, folks.